order to be seen by them, for then you have no reward from your God in heaven. So, whenever you give alms, do not sound a trumpet before you as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, so that they may be praised by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward. But when you give alms, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your alms may be done in secret, and your God, who sees in secret, will reward you. And whenever you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to stand and pray in synagogues and on the street corners, so that they may be seen by others. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward. But whenever you pray, go into your room and shut the door, and pray to your parent who is in secret, and your parent who sees in secret will reward you. And whenever you fast, do not look dismal like the hypocrites, for they disfigure their faces so as to show others that they are fasting. Truly, I tell you, they have received their reward. But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that your fasting may be seen not by others, but by God, who is in secret. And God, who sees in secret, will reward you. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For wherever your treasure is, there your heart will be also. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Christ.
When I used to look at this Gospel, I always thought that it was the time to start praying and start fasting and start giving alms. But when I read it this time, I noticed a word in there before each one, and it was whenever. Whenever you pray, whenever you fast, whenever you give alms. And I thought, if Jesus is saying whenever you do this, that means Jesus is assuming that we're already doing that. We're already praying. We're already fasting. We're already giving alms. And if that's the case, then Jesus wants us to be as authentic as we can with that, with those things. If we can take from our heart our desire to be closer to God and be our authentic selves as we pray, fast, and give to others in need, then we are creating heaven on earth. And that's kind of a punchline of Lent, that if we can continue to make this world a better place, heaven will not be some far-off, distant land, but heaven will be right here and now. My mother died and made these little cards, and on the back of it is a saying. You might have heard, I'm not sure, but it's grieve not nor speak of me with tears, but laugh and talk, as though I were beside you. I loved you so. 'Twas heaven being here with you. And I think that's what Jesus is trying to bring us to today as we enter into this special season of Lent. That if we've gotten kind of off track a little bit, maybe we've stopped praying, or we're not praying as consistently as we'd like to, or we're not giving in ways that we know we might be able to, or we're not fasting and really pulling ourselves in to being one with God. Jesus is saying, okay, here's a reminder, here's a place where we can go, and if we can be our authentic selves and do what we do, pray, fast, and give from our hearts, from our authentic selves, all that God made us to be, we will experience heaven, and so will others.